We will walk with God. Whoa, we will walk with God. We will walk with God. Whoa, whoa, we will walk with God. We will go rejoicing till the kingdom has come. We will go rejoicing till the kingdom has come. Good morning. It's Tuesday and time for our daily devotions. This morning we are looking at the text that we looked at on Sunday, Deuteronomy 10:12 to 22, where we see that God has some things to ask of us, and the reasoning is the character of God and how God has proven himself in history and even in present. This is really the whole book of Deuteronomy is Moses reminding the Israelites of everything that God has done and who God is and what God expects as they prepare in their final year of wandering around in the desert to go into the land that God had called them to for generations. And so Moses takes some time reminding and instructing and saying, okay, here's the deal. This is what you need to know. So today's passage comes right after Moses remarks about the giving of the Ten Commandments and the faithlessness of the people as those commandments were first being given, and then and how Moses had fasted and prayed and pled for them before God. And the reason why I'm saying all that is because the text starts now in light of all that. All right. So in light of all that, Israel, what does the Lord ask of you? Only this, to reveal the Lord your God by walking in all his ways, by loving him, by serving the Lord your God with all your heart and being, and by keeping the Lord's commandments and his regulations that I'm commanding you right now. It's for your own good. Clearly, the Lord owns the sky, the highest heavens, the earth, and everything in it. But the Lord adored your ancestors, loving them, choosing the descendants that followed them, you, from all other people. That's how things still stand now. So circumcise your hearts and stop being so stubborn. Because the Lord your God is God of all gods, Lord of all lords, the great, mighty, and awesome God who doesn't play favorites, doesn't take bribes. He enacts justice for orphans and widows. He loves immigrants, giving them food and clothing. That means you must also love immigrants because you were immigrants in Egypt. Revere the Lord your God, serving him, cling to him, swear by his name alone. He is your praise, he is your God, the one who performed these great and awesome acts that you witnessed with your very own eyes. Your ancestors went down to Egypt with a total of 70 people. But now look, the Lord your God has made you as numerous as the stars in the nighttime sky. So our songs today are walking with God, right? Encouraging ourselves, reminding ourselves to check our hearts and our faithfulness and stop being so stubborn. Probably something I ought to put on my mirror in the morning. So guide my feet while I run this race. Guide our feet while we run this race. Guide our feet while we run this race, for we don't want to run this race in vain. Hold our hands while we run this race. Hold our hands while we run this race. Hold our hands while we run this race, for we don't want to run this race in vain. Stand by me while I run this race. Stand by me while I run this race. Stand with us while we run this race, for we don't want to run this race in vain. I'm your child while I run this race. I'm your child while I run this race. We're your children while we run this race, for we don't want to run this race in vain. Search my heart while I run this race. Search my heart while I run this race. Search our hearts while we run this race, for we don't want to run this race in vain. Amen.